A new study is raising big concerns, finding that fewer people are adequately saving for retirement. The National Institute on Retirement Security found workers 21 to 64 years old have a median amount saved of $955 for retirement. So what does this mean for you and for your money? Joining us now is money and business expert Derek Kinney. Derek, thanks so much for being with us today. This is a really important topic, and you start talking about the median amount saved for retirement being $955. I know we're looking at a big stretch of the population here, but I had to do a double take when I first saw that number.
Jason, first of all, great to be with you. I did the exact same thing. I said, is this number true? $955 is shocking, but here's why. So many people feel like they're living hand to mouth, they're barely making ends meet, there's more month left than there is money. The last thing they do is think about saving for retirement. They're focused on food on the table, paying for soccer practice for the kids, maybe a couple extras for the kids, and maybe a date night, once a year. But typically saving for retirement is the lowest on the priority, but it needs to be one of the highest if they're not going to be financially dependent on their kids in the future.
Yeah, and you also don't want to be kicking yourself later in life when you just can't get off the treadmill because you got to keep working because you didn't, put away enough over those years. But as you say, Derek, it's a real struggle for a lot of people, especially in this economy right now. So let's talk about this study. It shows this really big blind spot around planning for retirement. Why do you think people are avoiding thinking about retirement, and what should they be doing instead?
Yeah, this is very surprising because as an advisor for 25 years, one thing I realized was many people believe that Social Security will cover all of their needs. They simply live their life, they work, they save what they can, and then Social Security covers the difference. What we realize is Social Security is just a supplement, not the entire meal, and it's going to cause people drastically to reduce their lifestyle. And then there's worry about when to take it, how long will it last. So people have some bad money beliefs that are causing them oftentimes not to save what they should.
Okay, so for someone who's watching this right now, they know that they're behind on retirement. What step do they take right now to get back on track?
Yeah, one thing to just take control, put in 1% into your 401k. Maybe stretch it, put in 5%. Most of the people with only $955 have a 401k, but they're not adding to it. When you're systematically adding out of sight, out of mind, make your investment like a bill first of the month, you're more likely to start making some progress quickly. Now you've got momentum on your side.
And if you can, at least try to put in the percentage that your employer matches, for goodness sake. That's free money. What's the last thing here that we should talk about? People, the mistakes that they make in retirement planning. What's the biggest one you've seen?
I call this the Las Vegas principle, Jason, is they take too much risk to try to make up for too little time, and it costs them money, and they make a really bad decision, then they're worse off, and they really feel frustrated, and you don't want to do that.
Don't gamble with those retirement dollars.
That's right.
Derek Kinney, money and business expert, always giving some great advice. Really appreciate it today. This is an important topic.